I'm Audrey Foster with Nebraska Extension in Custer County, and I'm their summer employee. Today for our program, we are going to be creating Scribble Bots, which combines art, electricity, and our robotics projects. For our Scribble Bots, we are going to need a 3-volt motor with leads on it. And if the leads don't have enough room on the end of the wires, you may need wire strippers. You're also going to need a AA battery and a rubber band. You're going to need tape. I liked using duct tape for part of mine, such as attaching the markers, but I liked using electrical wiring for attaching my battery and my motor. But I found that electrical tape was not strong enough to attach my markers, so I would highly suggest duct tape or something similar to attaching markers. You're also going to need markers. I used 5, but you can use however many you would like. I found the thicker markers worked better than the thin ones. You're also going to need a plastic cup or some similar type of container, some white paper to test it. You might need some scissors. And then also, you're gonna need something to make your motor be off balance. And I used a little piece of a gummy eraser. I found this worked well because it molds well and it's also really sticky and has enough weight to it to stay on the motor. I also tried Play-Doh, which flew off because it doesn't have as much weight or as much stick. And I also tried some different types of clay that didn't necessarily work, but you just are gonna have to experiment around with this, but I liked the gummy erasers. I'm going to start with attaching my marker to my plastic container, and I'm just placing on all my markers and lining the tops up with the top of the lip of the glass. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for all of my markers. Next up, we're going to take our motor and make sure that it works with our battery. And remember that I have a 3-volt battery. These are easy to buy online. There's a link for them in the supply list below. And then I have a AA battery. It doesn't matter which end is hooked up to which side, but you just want to make sure that everything's in working order. So I'm just going to very carefully place each of my ends on each of the battery ends. And you should hear a smooth whirring sound. And I do, so that means that my motor is working well. We don't want it necessarily to be perfectly whirring when we use our Scribble Bots because that's what will make the scribbles. But for now, to check it, it's good to hear that sound. So our next step is going to be to take our rubber band and our battery and to place our rubber band over our 2 ends of our battery. This will help to hold our wires in place. And then we're going to take our tape and secure our rubber band around our battery. Just taking and wrapping it here. I've gone ahead and placed the motor on the side of my cup, and I'm going to place the battery right here on top. But you can switch up where you place these to create different designs. When I experimented with Play-Doh, Play-Doh was too light of a substance. You could use various modeling clays, and this is actually a piece of a gummy eraser that I'm gonna go ahead and shape in a weird shape. Then I'm gonna put it on the end of my motor. And when I tested this actually worked really well because it's sticky enough to hold on to the end of that motor, just like modeling clay. And unlike Play-Doh, Play-Doh is also too lightweight to hold on and stick. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay out my papers, and I'm gonna undo all my lids. And I'm gonna make sure that my wires are also taped out of the way so that they don't accidentally hit my eraser there, because that would cause it to come loose and would not be good. It would mostly just keep it from working. There we go. Now I can go ahead and set it down and hook up this final motor and watch it draw. So what all did you guys learn while you were experimenting with your Scribble Bots? Did you try doing different kinds of markers and different numbers of markers? What about experimenting with the placement of your battery, motor, and shape and size of your gummy eraser? All of this is very useful information and can be used in other parts of your life. And these are also something that you can consider bringing to fair under your robotics projects. Don't forget to fill out the evaluation in the link below. What happens with Play-Doh, you may ask? It flies off.